love what they're doing to the pub, but the noise from that is, I'm sorry, it's just not acceptable. I'm finished.
Well, as was said before, it would be covered by condition, and anyone would have the right to complain if the noise was breaching that condition. So all I can say is hopefully it's covered, and I'm sure James would do his best to stick by that. Okay, James?
The rarity of the live entertainment that I'm suggesting at the pub is exceptional. It's going to be a case of 2 to 3 times a year maximum, bank holiday afternoons, for instance, not a late night job or anything like that. It doesn't want to be getting in the way of people eating, as that's going to be one of the main sources of income for the site. And the size of the pub itself, it's more than likely to be non-amplified live entertainment as such, like an acoustic guitar and nobody with a microphone, as anything amplified in there is going to be too loud. And may I remind everybody that it already has a license to play pre-recorded entertainment, which is amplified. So it's a case that, other than it being a self-regulating venue with having its own hotel rooms upstairs and food, it's too small to have anything. I've done places with live bands before, and I don't particularly like them because the live bands people hear from down the street, etc., are more than likely to have live drum kits. And if you have a live drum kit, everything else has to play the volume of the drums to get over it. Whereas if you have an acoustic guitarist on their own, not even a microphone or an amplifier, it won't be anything drastic. It won't be loud or anything. And I'm literally suggesting it's only a couple of times a year. It was the sake of putting live entertainment on, was just the sake of not having to go through loads of temporary event notices and having to apply for those. It was just more sensible to put it on the license. Thank you.
James, I noticed Kay's got a hand up again. I'll allow this one, Kay.
I would like to clarify that I object to live music outside. I'm not bothered what you do inside. I'm not bothered about that at all. Thank you.
As I said earlier on, it should be covered by condition. So theoretically, there should be no worries, and I'm sure that James would not wish to lose his license because of some frivolous thing. Right, I'm losing track of this actually because we've jumped out of order.
Sorry, Melanie, go ahead.
Chair, procedurally, if anyone has any questions for Kay Scott, that this is the time to ask questions.
Right. Any questions for Kay from anyone? Bill? Right, I thought he'd frozen there for a second. Right, we'll get round 2 now. Richard, summing up. As I say,
Chair, can I interrupt? Sorry. Kay still has her hand up, so I don't know if she's finished or she's got another question.
She's got her hand down now.
I must be behind a bit. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I think a hand's down. Chair, can I just clarify? I think it would be the interested parties to sum up first if they want, with the applicant going last.
I thought we'd more or less done, well, we tried to do that, but it turned into questions actually.
Yeah, I think maybe just clarify with Mr. Burden whether he wants to sum up and whether Kay Scott wants to sum up, and then pass it over to Richard.
We'll try that again. This isn't questions, it's summing up. So it's a case of sticking to summing up. Stephen, would you like to sum up in any way, shape or form?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can only repeat what I've said again. My concern is the open area at the back. You have mentioned that it's already licensed to be a drinking area already, but this is going to make sure that drinking is going to take part. It is going to take place on a regular basis, and the noise levels is our biggest concern. You mentioned you might have barbecues as well. There could be odour issues affecting the nearby residents. You've mentioned car parking is not relevant to this application, so I won't mention that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Kay, would you like to sum up? Bearing in mind this is summing up.
No, I really have nothing to add. I've already made my objections. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Richard, as I said before, I'm trying to save James some money. If you would like to give us a short summing up.
With that in mind, Chair, members of the committee, I'll have a private bet with everybody. And I see this all the time when I make my applications. People are afraid of new things, you know, they're not very sure what's going to happen. And what almost inevitably happens is that in due course, and it'll happen here too, when James gets in there, does what he says he's going to do, the locals will start seeing this again as their locals pub, and people will come and they'll enjoy it and it'll have a life, and it'll be an asset for everybody, not just in New Biggin as a whole, but in particular for everybody living around and about. He's spending a lot of money, he's bringing it back to life, he should be applauded for that, and I don't think there's anything that I need to add.
Thank you very much for that. Well, I'm sure we've had a really long, comprehensive meeting. It's been thrashed out from all sides as far as I'm concerned. We'll now adjourn and go into a closed meeting between my colleagues and our solicitor. So thank you all for attending, and you will be given the notice of our decision as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.